Spain's starting to struggle in Euro 2020 as they make it 2 games without a bloody win. And what about the Polish? Are they still in the mix? We'll take a little look next. That's right, folks, back once again with another match review, looking back at, of course, the Group E encounter between Poland and Spain, and we'll get to that in just one second. If you're new, smash your subscribe and get bang up to date with all things Euro 2020 related, Blackburn Rovers related, well, football, we're going to know here. And no, our Ruski, that's right, of course, it's just getting better and better. Euro 2020 heating up to be a nice little treat as we enter match number 3s now. Looking forward to that. But what's going to happen over in Group E? We'll take a look at that in a minute. Big shout out to the VRPs. They are the patrons. Thank you for your continued support. As of course, we push to 25k. Let's get up there, boys and girls. Smash your subscribe if you're new. And of course, let's get into the mix then, shall we? Of course, it all ended 1-1 in the end. That's right. Morata with the early goal for La España. Of course, Robert Lewandowski in the second half to make it evens bloody Stevens in the end, and of course put this group well on its head. Spain and Slovakia with wins, Poland and Spain yet to really get going in the points department. Let's take a little look at some of the stats. 76% possession for Spain, 24% in favour of Poland. That is one-sided traffic. And this just goes to show that even with all that possession, Spain cannot put the ball in the back of the net. They don't have that recognised striker anymore. Morata, he fails to deliver. Gerard Mourinho was even on the pitch today. He couldn't convert as well. They tried with Dani Olmo, Morata and Moreno. We'll take a look at the lineups completely in a minute. But 12 shots on the day for La España. 7 shots off target, 5 shots on target. They did hit the woodwork once. As for the Poles, though, they had 5 shots on the day, 3 shots off target. 4 of them were saved. Tries to make head or tail of that, if you will. They actually hit the woodwork twice, according to my statistics right here, right now. And of course, as for the possession, 894 touches for Spain. That's double what the amount of Poland had. They only had 415 touches. Of course, 707 passes for Spain, 219 passes for Poland. It was one-way traffic. Of course, pass success rate, 88% success rate with Spain, 59% success rate with Poland. So it's quite bad that they come away with this with just 1 point. They need to find that striker. Whatever happens, if they make it through to the last 16, of course, I don't think they're going to be... they could still make it through to once you get to the knockout stage. Just anybody's guess as to who goes where. Of course, we've seen it all before with Greece. We've seen it all with Denmark. Teams are coming out of nowhere to go all the way, especially in this competition. They could go the distance, but I think for the grand scheme of things, they need to find a goal-scoring machine to make them a powerhouse again. Because they have the possession, they have the players, they have certain individuals. It just lacks that. It also lacks leadership, lacks experience in the back. They got some individuals, but I think the likes of Matey Boy from Real Madrid, who just moved on, I can't remember his name now. You know, the face of the place that we're all surprised. I can't remember. I'm at a loss. They're lacking that experience across the field to command, to get the urgency move, get them moving in the right direction. But ultimately, 1-1 in the end. Another 2 points drop for Spain that leaves them with just 2 points out of a possible 6. As for the Poles, it's just 1 point out of a possible 6 for them. And they're staring, looking up now, of course, at the likes of Sweden and Slovakia as well. And they'll go into a heavy hitter against the Swedes, trying to get themselves back into it. Let's take a look at some other stats and figures then for you. Here we go. This is the heat map, or the shot map, should I say. The blue is Spain. Of course, the Polish are in the dark colour right there. As for the heat maps, as you can see, Spain covered every blade of grass. Would you Adam and Eve it? The only area that of weakness maybe is this top left-hand corner here, but everything else is of course well trafficked. Left-hand side, right-hand side, predominantly coming down the right-hand side for the most part, but it's fine margins, of course. Dominated possession up and down the field. As for the Polish, the keeper very busy. When they did have possession, and of course those fleeting moments, they were coming down the right-hand side, of course, leaving this left-hand side pretty much sparse territory. Quick look at the touch maps then. Here we go. Of course, Spain again opting for the left and the right. This is where all the touches were. Of course, passes were flung here, there, and everywhere. As for the Polish, again, predominantly coming down this right hand side here. And of course, what's his name between the sticks? Szczesny, very busy when of course trying to defend the onslaught. Let's take a look at the starting 11s, shall we? Start with Poland. Szczesny between sticks, Bednarek, Gilic, Baczynski make up your back three with Klich, Moda, Jasowicz, Pukic, Zelinski, Swidwanska, and of course Lewandowski up top. £66 million rated, he's 32 years of age. Average age of 27.5 within the team, around and valued around about £215 million. As for the Spanish, though, they're valued at £599 million. playing. 26 is your average age, of course, starved with experience. And if you look at some of the ages of these guys, Dani Olmo 23, Pedri 18. Your most experienced player outside of Jordi Alba is a 29-year-old Koke, of course, well, Mourinho as well. So a couple of late 29-year-olds. There's not really those sort of commanding figures that are going to dictate the play. Unai Simon between six, Pau Torres, La Poitre at the back there, Jordi Alba, Marcos Llorente, Rodri, Coke, Pedri, Dani Olmo, Gerard Mourinho, and Alvaro Morata up top. We did get the goal. Have a look at the subs then, shall we? We saw the likes of Pau Diodawitz coming on, 26-year-old centre-back on the books of Hellas Verona, Carl Linton as well. After, did he score the own goal last time? Kasper Kozlowski, 17-year-old coming on. Is a high prospect for Poland. And Prabniewicz Frankowski also coming on, 26-year-old as well. As for the Spanish, Fabian Ruiz coming on, Mikel Oyarzabal, Padio Sarriba, Ferran Torres coming on. But again, to little or no effect. What's gone wrong with Traore? Why don't we unleash that governor down the wing? His pace can unlock all kinds of doors. Taking a look at the older formations, and of course the man of the match is the man of the match. I believe is going to who has it? Who has it? It's definitely not a Spanish guy. It looks Lewandowski with a 7.5. Jed Bednarek with a 7.3 at the back there. Szczesny with a 7.2. So the Polish, even though they were on the back foot and only 25% possession, they have better high ratings for the 6.85 average compared to 6.77 average by the Spanish. In the timeline events down here, the goal for Spain, early doors, quick response in the second half. Missed penalty, it looks like. I didn't actually see this game, so yeah, benefit of the doubt there. I only caught the goals. But missed penalty, to say the very least. But Poland, yeah, they're happy with that. Point in the bag. All they got to do now is beat the bloody Swedes. What's been said on social media then, shall we? We can start with Elton Jose de Lima, as we do. Poland played with a lot of will, but went back 1-0 to Spain, who had the ball in a second stage. Lewandowski appeared and drew for Poland 1-1. Open group for the last round. Meanwhile, John, I hope for Spain's sake they don't qualify for the knockout stages, as they'll lose 8-0 whoever they play against and never recover. Camille said, actually good result for Poland, but should have been a penalty for us. Zelensky was fouled in the box. Judish Bernstein, cool name, said Spain might be out if they get another draw against Slovakia. Even worse if they lose. Meanwhile, Alex said Poland win means they'll be in the next round, but they'll do all they'll place in the case of Poland win against Sweden, and a Spanish draw was to that effect. 3 teams with the same goals, score possible, and goal difference, with head-to-head being the next best thing, which can't be settled. Well. Freya Brandy said Spain's precision in the second half has been terrible. I'm aware the perception changes if Gerrard scores that penalty. That's where it was. But the performance was below par. Right now, Spain cannot even be included in a group of underdogs to win the bloody tournament. Mark Johnson said, well done, Poland, still in the mix. Dawid said, Poland and Hungary, best fighters in the world. Taylor said, I support Spain, but watching this team playing is draining. I miss the legends who used to play for the country with pride and passion. This lot are clueless. So wanted Poland to win, and they were more exciting to watch. And Michael said, Lewandowski always makes us Polacks proud. Can't imagine us without him. What are your thoughts about Poland's adventure so far? Can they get through to the latter stages? Well, they've got to get over the line. And next, of course, speaking of next, let's take a look at the situation over in the table. Here we go. Sweden lead the charge at the moment, 4 points on the board out of a possible 6. Slovakia with 3 points, Spain with 2, and Poland with 1. It is so tight, airtight in this group. Of course, it goes down to the final games. Sweden up against Poland. Winner goes through. Of course, Sweden already probably there, you would think. Having a look at this, they could mathematically fall down to third, and we'll have to play the waiting game. But 4 points is probably enough, so we probably pencil them into the next round already. Realistically, there's between Slovakia, Spain, and Poland for the runners-up spot. And of course, who will be left out in third? It's tight, airtight. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below, and we look forward to doing it all again next time around. Be sure to give the video a smash the old thumbs up, smash your subscribe. Of course, looking forward to round 3 over in Group E to see who comes out on top. Let me know your opinions down below. Check out the links as well in the description. I'm on Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, and of course Patreon as well. Until then, smash the thumbs up, smash the subscribe. Can Poland or Spain bounce back? And what about the Slovaks? Can they make it over the line? We'll have a look next time around.